gap and grab, and we are going to look at gap and curl. So this morning, ASTS, there was big news on the satellite SATS. All the telecommunication space stocks were dumping because SATS got a big commercial agreement with space. This led to ASTS dumping, T-Mobile dumping, AT&T dumping. So we had a plan in the pre-market on all of those. So usually when this happens, a lot of these stocks recover. So we were focused on ASTS. Our plan was on ASTS. We were going to long our 512 curls. As soon as I see it pushing our 512 curl, I tell the trader 512 curl scalps, target is 40. And in next 20 minutes, we hit 40 and we even hit 40.77. So from 37.50, that was a nice trade. And by 10 a.m., we were done with those trades. Not only that, even the other names like T-Mobile, AT&T, which curled from the 512 curls, went on to give a nice gap trade. And similarly, we had T-Mobile, which also curled and gave a nice trade. In the pre-market, if you plan your trades like this, these are called sympathy trades. You can see that ASTS, T-Mobile, all were on our game plan because they were dumping because of this big news on SATS. And of course, these are multi-billion-dollar companies. It's a knee-jerk reaction. That's why they dump. But usually they recover, and that's how you find the opportunities to trade those setups long. This was our trade plan. Now, we had a bearish bias, but as soon as it curled over the 512s, we longed it. So next one we're going to take a look at is Tesla. So what happened to Tesla today? Tesla had a bad news that US EV market share fell to 38%, lowest in 8 years. So there was a gap under 353, so crap in under it. So this was opposite to ASTS, where we had gap down and recovered, and this is a gap and crap. So gap up and fill the gap downside. Gap down, fill the gap to the upside, which was our previous trade on those ASTS. And then Tesla was a gap and crap. As soon as I see that Tesla could not push over this yesterday highs or pre-market highs, this is where you know it's bearish. You short it right away. I told the traders Tesla rejections no longer under 354.50. If you're short, you can use the stops at 354. And then as it started to fail down, I told the traders who are short to move the stops lower to 353. Target is MTF. You can see that MTF was our lower target, could never get back over the clouds, and it did hit MTF. Even if you were late, you did make $7 to $8 per share profit on Tesla, risking $1, making $6, $7, $8. That's a really good risk reward. You could trade TSLL, leverage ETFs. You could trade TSLQ. You could take the TSLQ on the 512 curls. It's a bearish ETF, and it also hit our MTF long target. You see how the system works in sync. So that was a beautiful trade today, and those were the two trades: gap and crap, and gap down and long on ASTS.
Come to trade with Ripster. Join the community at www.tenettradegroup.com.